morning, Crystal Palace, and welcome to Upper Norwood Library Hub's Library Lunch. My name's Galina Rin. I am here at our live streaming studio here at the library. Yeah, I'm in the library. It's in the library. I put some fancy lights in today, just for a change. Yeah. So we now do all sorts of digital jobs, services. We can film you, we can record you, we can live stream you out either from the studio or anywhere else in the library. That wall behind me is actually a green screen wall that I painted myself. However, I've put some nice lights on it so you can't really see the green. However, if you need a big green screen wall, we have three of them now. They're like buses, three all at once. Amazing. We also do any kind of digital editing, podcasting, any of that kind of stuff. Anything you need, animations, graphics, the whole thing. Just come on over and let us know at the library, and we will quote you. And we are very fair. Our rates are very low. Oh, yes, indeed. Amazing. Anyway, today we've got a new person to introduce you to. Her name is Atlanta Mae, and she hopefully is going to be taking over our Monday slots for us. Amazing. Hello, Atlanta. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. I'm good. It's good to speak to you. It's good to speak to everyone at Crystal Palace Library. Locked in and ready to take over your Mondays. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Amazing. Please let the folks at Crystal Palace know who you are and what it is that you do.
So, as said before, my name is Atlanta Mae. I am a local girl born and bred, sort of Crystal Palace area. I am a singer, songwriter, and artist, and I've just dropped my project, my first debut EP called 1111. It came out the 11th of November, so that's like 2 weeks, almost a week. Yeah, 2 weeks, about 2 weeks ago. And yeah, like by day, I teach at schools, teach kids, but by night, I am like a superstar. No, well, yeah.
All right, you can be a superstar at night. Why not? Why not? Why not, indeed. Tell us a little bit about your music. Like, what kind of music is it?
My music is like, so I do a bit of everything. Like I write for a bunch of different artists and things, but for myself, I'm like an amalgamation of my culture and where I come from. So I would say it's like an R&B with it, but like a hint of island flavor, you know. So it's kind of like I grew up on R&B and funk, but then I'm from sort of South London, so there's that grime and urban sort of element that I have to my sound. But then regular trips, like I've gone to the Caribbean sort of every year of my life almost on holiday, so you can hear that influence in my sound as well. So it's like reggae island vibes kind of thing, but UK. Describe it.
Yeah, that sounds cool. It's definitely not something that we've had on the library lunch or on any of our music, actually. So I'm very keen for you to take over and come and do some performances.
Yeah, I've actually got lots planned for you guys. Like, this is just the start, obviously this corona's had us inside, but being really sitting down, kind of being innovative, like kind of start bringing events to the library, which I'm really excited about, with my collective, which is called Four Shades, which is just a group of creatives, all helping each other create amazing content and like a new wave in London and in the UK. So it makes up of four of us. So there's myself, there's this artist called Kenny Ross, who's an animator, producer, songwriter, and multi-instrumentalist. It's also made up of another producer called Jem Jaddy. He's also a singer. So he's like R&B vibes, kind of think Timberland, a little bit Missy Elliott type beats is what he makes. And then we've got the third guy, which his name is Mateus, and he is a bassist and instrumentalist. He just dropped a project as well, back in July. And then obviously myself. So we are going to be bringing really cool events and things like that to the library too, which I'm excited for, kind of in the early new year.
Amazing, amazing. Nick has come online with us and he has said hi. Hi,
Hi,
Nick.
Nick. Hi. Hi, Nick. Where are you from? I don't know you, I don't think.
Nick Westerby is one of the choir and is one of our main listeners, watchers.
Hi, Nick. It's nice to meet you. I'm going to be taking over Mondays. It's going to be fun. We're going to be talking music, art, all things Crystal Palace, independent shops, all of those things.
Amazing. So oh, I've pressed the wrong button there myself. Sorry about that. As a local artist and independent artist, I'm assuming you're not signed. Is that correct?
I was signed. I was signed back in 2018, and I had a publisher. And I got out of that because, you know, being independent means being able to do what you want and create what you want when, and also owning your art. And true to the Crystal Palace spirit, I think I kind of prefer doing that. So yeah, I'm completely independent, and I don't have a manager either. So I manage myself. But yeah, it's fun. It's enjoyable. It's what I love to do.
Yeah, so I, as people at home will know, I have a band myself. It's a rock band, and I had I had interest from a publishing company a while ago about taking. I have a song in Japanese, and they wanted to publish that song in Japan, and all
Amazing.
that. The
So
thing,
dope.
the thing was, I didn't do it. I didn't go for it in the end because they actually the contract they sent me was for my whole first album, which meant that I wouldn't be able to, and for all of the world. So they told me they only wanted,
Whoa.
yeah, they
Yes.
told me they only wanted one song for Japan and the Asian market, which I would have done. And then they came back saying they wanted the whole album worldwide. And there is a very cool girl called Sarah who's actually from Crystal Palace, who's a music lawyer, and
Ah,
she was the one who talked me through that contract, and I decided not to go for it in the end.
no, honestly, that's like you saved yourself from an absolute nightmare. They would have owned you basically. Do you know what? It's really interesting with these things. I mean, I think a lot of it is trial and error as an artist, and you do kind of make the mistakes. Thanks, shout out to the music lawyers and who save us, because I had a similar thing with my actual recording deal. My publishing contract was amazing, but my record deal was very confusing, and thankfully I managed to get out of it because yeah, they were going to just own me basically for a long time. So it's really important to like read through and check those things. But there's always snags on those details, isn't there? There's always like little fine print that you got to find.
Yeah, I think if they come in at the beginning saying that that's what they wanted, I would have been happier about it. The fact that was that he didn't mention it to me until I read the contract, and just
You
felt
know, have
weird.
you heard of like the Friends? So you know Friends. Everyone knows Friends.
The TV show, yeah.
Yeah, the theme tune. So the theme tune, this is like I studied songwriting at the Institute of Contemporary Music in Kilburn, which is a music / uni. And I remember one of our lecturers explained this to us, like it's actual true story. But the band that wrote the Friends theme tune, I can't think of their name
The
now.
Rembrandts.
There we go. Yeah, they made £800 for that song as a band in total. That's it. Because they were not aware of royalties. So they sold that song for pennies when really every time it plays, they would have made money. And obviously, Friends has stopped for a long time now. But every rerun, they would have got money and part of their royalties, and they didn't know. So they'd be millionaires, but they're not, which is really sad.
But they must be getting money from Netflix as a songwriter, because
They're getting some sort of money, but not much because they didn't. They signed the song away for the money
yeah, yeah,
itself. They didn't sign up. They didn't register it as copyright. They didn't register it with like PRS or a society like that.
yeah, yeah.
Just gave the song to the network, which is
Terrible. I used to know a fella from Scotland, and he is the vocalist for the band Love Fist, which is the Grand Theft Auto glam
oh,
rock band. And
yeah.
he was paid £200 for the first game, and I think £400 for the second game. And then he asked for royalties for the third game, and then they just replaced him with somebody else. And he wrote all the songs for the glam rock band on Grand Theft Auto.
That's what I mean. Like this, like the creative as it. You've got to be so cutthroat in music. That is so horrible.
I
See, I don't know what I would do with that. I feel like my heart. Can you imagine? Because that's the thing. If they know, oh, he knows his rights now, I'll get rid of him. You know?
Yeah,
God.
I think everyone's kind of caught on that you can't do that with people.
Yeah,
So there are huge licensing fees in when people use stuff for TV, and you'll still get, you don't technically sign stuff away anymore because you will still always get it and everything.
because even I mean, just in general, like people are really cutthroat. Like even Beyonce in the industry, you could write a song for her as a songwriter, write the whole song. She could like it, be like, I'll sing it, but I'm only going to sing it if I own 50% of it, even though I didn't write anything.
Yeah.
And that's your judgment, it's hard out here.
Yeah, but 50% of a Beyonce song, come on. I
You
mean,
make money, like,
I
oh,
mean,
it
come
doesn't
on.
have to work for a while.
Yeah, it'd be better than the 50% of nothing, which is normally what I get for my songwriting.
Yeah. I want to check out your band though. What's your band called?
Death in Gloria. Death in
Ooh,
Gloria, and I do rock music, animation, and comic books basically, and it's all part of big stories. Anyway, the people of Crystal Palace have heard me non-stop talk about all of this, so I will not go back into it again. We have some comments from Nick actually.
Ooh.
Nick is saying he's actually from Tunbridge, Wales. What?
Oh,
That's miles away. What?
yeah.
Uh,
Hi. You're
anyway,
not actually from here, but you're
that's
part of
fine. Yeah, he's part of the community, so it's all good. And he's saying good luck with your music that you put out. Yeah. So
it.
there you go.
I
Thank you.
appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I've dropped the EP already, so it's a 5-track EP, and I'm getting ready to film visuals, and they're all going to be filmed sort of locally, which is cool. To kind of showcase where I'm from. And yeah, like it's good. I'm just thinking, do you know what I'm thinking now? Because you've mentioned anime, I'm thinking anime. I'm a huge anime fan. One Punch Man is what I'm
Oh
waiting on.
yeah, we watch that.
Yeah, so, but yeah, no, thank you so much, Nick. I appreciate that. You'll see more from me when I take over Mondays.
Amazing. Um, yeah, so I've just been caught up in all that license and stuff, and it's so weird. I do have a manager. I have to say that I do have a manager, but she is. I tell you how I got that. She's not music. She's a friend of mine who is reskilling herself into music management. And
Ooh.
at one point, I went to get a virtual assistant because Tim Ferriss, who is a productivity guru and has a podcast and stuff, said get a virtual assistant if you can to do the jobs you don't want to do. And it ended up being like £4 an hour or whatever. And then I decided not to do it. And then everything, all my social media wasn't really isn't really like up to date or whatever. And then my friend was reskilling, and now she is my manager, and she just really helps push my projects forward. So I'm working with like a session drummer and bass player for my next album, and she just mans that, and it's been really good because I don't talk about money with any of my people I work with. She talks money, and
That's
she
the thing.
talks deal, and she does song splits and stuff with them.
Yeah.
And that just
That's
leaves us to do music.
and I don't know if it's the same in sort of other industries, but it's the thing like that's the one thing I think us musicians and artists don't really like to talk about because you just want to make the music and you want someone else to kind of oversee that. I mean, at the moment, because I am managing, that's what I have to do, which is a bit messy. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that sounds really cool. I think it's finding someone that you really know as well and can click with. Um, do you know what I mean? Make something like for them to follow your vision and for them to be able to manage you. But also you're right, to free up these little jobs. Like I find myself having to like so many post-it notes all over my house to remind me of things to do. Because I'm like, oh yeah, managing your full-time job as well as, what you like to do or like kind of my career choice, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm really excited. I mean, I'm going to shoot these visuals. I've got another project kind of ready in the pipeline as well for like kind of mid next year. So my kind of main focus really is just to create art and do things, and hopefully when this whole pandemic thing slows down, it'll really be good to sort of do and host some events in the park itself as well, and just in loads of different locations across the area.
Yeah. Do you know Noreen from the Crystal Palace Festival?
No, I don't. I've been so many times, but I don't actually know her. I'm hoping to like meet and bump into her at some point because it would be good to get my band. I mean, whenever I gig, I always gig full band. I have this really weird thing where I don't like gigging to a backing track because I just feel like it's a bit karaoke. Nothing wrong with karaoke, but it's just, I don't know. I love the band environment and like playing with everybody and kind of creating a piece and arranging something and
Yeah.
showcasing it like that.
Yeah, you can't really beat a full band, to be fair.
No, it's not like, especially, I don't know about you, but especially when it comes to drums or bass, like you need to feel it. Like when it's just a track, it doesn't hit the same way, you know?
Yeah.
So, but I know the park is amazing. I actually remember growing up here because I've kind of not always lived here, but spent my childhood here and kind of came back. But I remember, I don't know if anyone else remembers, if you're from Crystal Palace, you might, but I think it was like 2001 or 2002. I would have been 5 or 6, where I'm sure Destiny's Child came and performed in the park, which is insane. Are you from Crystal Palace? Do you remember?
No, I'm Northern Irish, so I only appeared here 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, they performed in the park and it was insane. I didn't even buy tickets, but from where I live, I could kind of hear everything. So it was incredible. So I would, it would be amazing to kind of get those type of events back in the area once all of this cools down, you know?
Well, the Wireless Festival is applying for 2 weekends, 2 years worth of festivals happening. So it'll be like little mini. Is it Wireless Festival? People who run Reading and Leeds are have applied
Oh,
to do
yeah. Oh,
festivals in the park. Yeah, and that's just going through Bromley Council at the moment, as I remember.
really?
Yeah,
Ah,
Festival Republic. That's who the fellas are. I used to work for them when they were a Mean Fiddler, way back when, way back when. Yeah,
amazing.
so they've applied to do. I think it's a 2-dayer in August next year, and then this they've applied for like just 2 or 3 years worth of stuff as well.
Yeah, yeah, man. I mean, I've been, you know, it's been cool. This second lockdown feels a bit different. I feel way more equipped than the first time with the stuff because I had so many gigs that I had to cancel, which sucked. So, but I mean, this live stream world has become really cool. Like in July, I filmed this live stream show, which was really cool to do. So I think doing things like that more is as well. Even when we move back to live, will be cool to connect with audiences that can't always come to shows and things.
Yeah, I think we definitely have a plan here at the library that we will be live streaming as well as in live audience going forward.
Yeah.
Because like our upstairs room, while it is a large space, only legally can hold 100 people.
Yeah.
But you'd fit far more in there. That's for the fire escapes and stuff.
Mm.
So if you could, we sell 100 tickets, but we also live stream to ticketed event, to ticket holders as well. Then your capability for audience is quadrupled because you don't have there's no barrier on the live stream. So that's
Yeah.
definitely something we're looking at as a venue to keep going ourselves. Yeah.
No, it's exciting. It's the future is exciting. I'm so glad to sort of be a part of this as well. I'm really excited to bring Mondays with a flavor, like bringing your Mondays in, your week in with some sunshine, some Caribbean sunshine.
Exactly. Well, that's what we need. A bit more diversity. I mean, I know I've got the diversity all racked up in Irish and goth, but that's not really a fashionable diversity at the moment. So that's good.
You know what, fashionable or not, it's like true that I'm a person that I've always been doing things like things have now become cool that I've always done, like anime being one of them. Like I remember going LARPing, believe it or not, and people were just like, "You're so weird, this very strange teen." But now all of these things are cool, so you know, it'll come back around, and being goth will be in, and you're like, "I don't want to do this anymore."
When I was in high school, like a million years ago, we had a non-uniform day, and I wore black combat trousers and DM boots to
Ah,
school, and I got called a hippie. And now everyone wears DM boots, and well,
yeah.
wears big boots, but definitely wears combats. Everyone wears combats.
It's like it's weird how things come back around. You know what I'm seeing come back around as well? Huge sleeves, like huge shoulder pads, sleeves, all of that. And I never ever thought in a million years that would come back, but I'm seeing it all the time. Like one of my friends is a designer and she's putting on her things and I'm like, why? And she's like, no, it's here. So we'll
Mm.
see what 2021 brings with new styles.
I did see like big, huge, baggy trousers were back in again. Like when I was a kid, we went to Camden and bought a pair of jeans, and so you couldn't see your feet. They weren't bell bottoms; they were just massive. So they like fit on the waist, but then
Just
huge the rest of
yeah.
the place, and you couldn't
You
see
know
your
what?
feet.
Oversized everything's coming in. Like ever since that there's that, I think it's that Kanye West video where like they're wearing huge, like it's not human size, like huge jackets. I've been seeing that on like loads of people as well. Fashion week, like oversized hoodies. It's like very strange. So I think the baggy look's definitely coming back. We keep going through the same cycles, aren't we? But yeah.
Yeah. But that is cool. That is cool. Well, thank you very much for joining us. We're almost out of time. We could obviously be sat here talking like this all day long, really.
Fine.
But
So
yeah,
it's a pleasure. I will be back next Monday with you guys. So
amazing. I'm just going to run through some of the stuff that's going on in our local area. And the first thing I'd like to point out is the Crystal Palace Festival are raising money to put the Christmas tree into Crystal Palace. I understand they're very, very close to achieving their goal, and they're just looking for folks to help out with the last part. It's called A Crystal Palace Christmas, But I'm going to call it the Christmas Tree Project just because we have a West End musical show called A Crystal Palace Christmas that's coming on the 13th of December as well. So I think I didn't know about their donation links before. So if we'd known that, we wouldn't have called it the same thing. But there you go. They're two separate projects named the same thing. One is getting the Christmas tree and some live shows in front of Sainsbury's and all that kind of stuff. So Crystal Palace Festival, I'll put it there in the chat. It's also in the description. I think they're at like 88% and they've got 9 days left to hit the crowdfunder. So go and support them and we'll have a Christmas tree and it will be nice. Oh, yes. On top of all of that, over on uppernorwoodlibraryhub.org, you can get your tickets for Santa. There's socially distant Santa, definitely left. Santa by Zoom, which is definitely left. There may be the odd Santa and the reindeer, but that has sold out on most of its days. And if there are tickets available, they're going to be very, very slim. They're going to be on 1 or 2 days. I think they put in extra days. So pretty much every weekend in December, there's going to be live reindeer and Santa, live Santa, in our car park. And the whole place is going to get done up like a winter wonderland market. We're going to have stalls for people selling crafts, whatever it is they're going to do. There's going to be a lot of it. I can tell you that, and you want to be there. I'm quite excited to see reindeer because that's as exciting as our lives have got now. Just one reindeer, please. That would be nice. That's all over on the uppernorwoodlibraryhub.org website, along with our Christmas show, which is West End Musical, brought to us by Daniel Stockton Productions, where folks of the West End will be singing your favourite Christmas songs, just as you'd expect from one of our West End shows. Amazing. That's on the 13th of December. I think it's at 6 o'clock. Oh, yes. And then on top of that, we also have a choir sing-a-thon, which is lots of Southeast London choirs have made up a ton of videos for us, and that will be on the 21st of December. I don't think it's necessarily a Christmas show. However, I'm sure that there will be Christmas songs. There will be Christmas songs. We have also plans with the Palace Acapella to release some quick Christmas songs for you as well. So it's all music, basically. It's all music and Santa from here on to Christmas Day. So much stuff. Anywho, thank you, Atlanta, once again for joining us. And we will have you back from Mondays going forward. Amazing. And thank you, all of you out there in Internet land, for joining us. You have been awesome as always. And we will be back tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Oh, yeah, we will. All right. See you later. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.